Like I've said many times before, guys, I'm not an expert at anything. I dropped out of college because the economic conflict was genocidal. I was a history major, and when your senior year, you got to compete to teach, and it's like, but that teaching is, when something's right, you teach it, and how can you compete to teach that what is right? It's either right or it's wrong, right? So there is no, you get 85% right and 15% wrong, but you pass. It's not like that. And people got to understand that, faithful is faithful, truth is truth, and lie is lie, and unfaithful is unfaithful. And so in order to stop genocide through competition, you have to live truthfully, right? And faithfully. And we die, we all die. And death takes care of itself. But we have people trying to circumvent that through stem cell research and cloning to unnaturally elongate the gift of their life because they're not happy with it. And it makes sense why they're not happy with it. They compete, they have toxic environments through competition to be successful, to make others feel inferior, to try to feel superior. So it makes sense why they're not happy with the gift of life. That makes perfect, well, it doesn't make perfect sense, but you can understand it. Perfect sense, no, I shouldn't say that, but it's not mature. But so as we're dealing with these type of people, you got to understand the brain activity is different. I've been accused, not recently, but back during the Obama administration, especially, of having brain activity that was not typical. And that during the Obama administration, when I was in Sierra Vista, they came and had experts talk to me to tell me, how brilliant Jesus was, how brilliant I was, and how not brilliant the people are that are in corporations that call themselves religions that mass murder. And I was like, yeah, I understand that. That makes sense. And I understand why you atheists and scientists want this, find ways to stop them from doing that. Well, be truthful, be faithful. And then it'll be obvious that they are not, right? But that was not, it's live the Lord's Prayer. It's not time yet, although that's unacceptable, okay? And so now we're at quantum computing worldwide, and it's still unacceptable to live the Lord's Prayer because two sides are fighting and one wants to win. How can you win at being not truthful, not faithful? You see what I'm saying? So you don't have any winners. And that's what we have right at this time. And there's a reason why my immune system is so unique, why my brain is so unique. My body, and stuff I'm going through because I'm still in a toxic zone that reloads, and I stress and get depressed because they're mass murdering poor people because people accept the contest, the results of the contest, and and so it's depressing, and Suzuki told me this morning, he goes, you should be depressed, you're a beautiful person. And if you're not depressed, there's something wrong with you, right? And so that's understandable. But self-preservation to survive and stop, eliminate abuse, and recover isn't, being selfish or all. Yeah, I get it. I understand. And if the people in the current administration want to self-preserve to recover, they might want to take better care of me. It's probably a good idea. But I have no idea. I'm eternally faithful. I have no idea. I'm not trying to invent the SR-71 or the U2 or the next, computer that tells the next computer what to do. So life's eternal, grace is infinite. So I'm not good to go, I'm depressed because this is disgusting and it's insidious and it's vicious. And I don't believe their brain activity can be fixed. They either have to be policed or stopped. Stop, eliminate abuse, recovery. Okay, then yeah, that's true. Okay, so they need to be in. Yeah, if they were capable of self-correcting, they would. So they can't. Okay. And what you guys like to think, and I like to think it too, because like say they used Temple Set Human Lottie used Jennifer Lopez to mindfuck me that she was going to be my forever love, and it wasn't. That's why it wasn't meant to be Miriam Delager Montalvo or Edna Gomez, and they had a hard time going through this too, as hard as Steffi and Amy. No, but the military would have made it harder on us than my relationships with Steffi or Amy. Steffi and Amy come from people that have a lot of tribal things with people that come from tribes that are very secular and insular and very violent towards other groups. And so, I had to marry them to, because it was a science experiment to see how I deal with that kind of stuff. And it's not like I haven't dealt with that before. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. And I'm a Kramer, from my mom's side, and consistent from my mom's. Your consistent genetic consistency is your mother, okay? And obviously not your quote unquote father, okay? Do you understand? Okay. You're always going to have the same mother, but you're not always going to have the same father. Okay, do you understand? Well, men like to go through and kill the other guy's kids and rape the woman. Did you watch Windwalker last night? Better to die under a Cheyenne woman's blanket than under a Warhoof's hoofs, right? So yeah, men like to do that. Okay. And so the nature of the mother is more important than the nature of the father for survival. Okay. To transcend survival and be faithful, the nature of both parents is important, because they tried to arrange a carriage with Steve Stack to my mother to get a replication of Herschel Steinschneider. It didn't happen, and my mom had to meet my dad at a gas station, and my dad was devoted to trying to, love Jesus Christ and be like Jesus, do what Jesus Christ wanted and stuff. So he was the right one. It's in the, what book is it in? Is it in Daniel or Revelation? I don't recall. Do you care? No, not really. No. Tomato, I don't write it down. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. It's in chapter this. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Where did Constantine write it down? Where did he put it? Where does he keep it? Okay. They're not there anymore, Mitch. I moved them. Knocks out all cell phones, Mitch. Okay. You're one of the lucky ones. There's no luck. So yeah. I'm good. I'm good. Well, life's eternal and grace is infinite. As far as emotionally and psychologically, I'm good. Okay. Physiologically and emotionally, I'm not good. How can you be not good and good at the same time? Emotionally, I'm a good person, and I'm not violent and selfish, and because of my brain activity over hundreds of thousands of years. I'm depressed because it's depressing, because you're vicious and insidious and you suck, right? People that are used as propaganda tool bags, because people, like little old B. Martinez on TV, people like B, and B likes people. But B lives in the bubble. And she'll go and, this guy's a real jerk. And she'll meet him and, he's a nice guy. I don't care what other people say about him. It's because he wants to fuck you. Okay? You're in the bubble, baby. Okay? It's all right. You're welcome. Okay? Have a nice day. Yeah. Okay, so she meets these people. They say he's a real creep. He is. But, you're a public figure. And he wants to look good so he can get around other girls that he likes to fuck. If you'd like to fuck him, he would like that very much. But if he can tell that you don't want to, he's going to, we live to fuck another day. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? He can always get freebies at the brothels in Juarez if they're still open, right? Or when they open again. It's not time yet. So Earl, it's true. It's El Paso. It sucks. God, it sucks. It's a horrible place. Everybody's good. It's not the people of El Paso's fault. Just like it's not the people of Las Cruces' fault that Las Cruces sucks. Just like it's not the people of Cochise County that Cochise County sucks. Just because you have a place that has strategic significance for mindfuckers and you live there because, hey, hi, I'm Jesus. I live in a horrible place because people use it for military, it's okay. But I'm not a bad person, right? Hi, I'm Muhammad. I'm a good person. But I live in a place that has the best Wi-Fi transmission and reception, which is strategic for mindfuckers. And there you go. Okay. Dearest Lee! Okay. The Lord Denon. My mom's a redhead, but yeah, she's also, the little girl in the little red coat on Schindler's List. So, life's eternal, grace is infinite. Fuck, I'm tired. I'm really tired. It makes sense that I am. But Suzuki, hang in there. You'll be less tired when something's wrong with your baby, something's wrong with you. When they're not attempting to mass murder people through voluntary genocidal operations through brain chemical addiction. I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's just, it's not a good thing to know what it feels like to be in your 90s and your hundreds, in your 50s and your 60s. When you're a faithful, kind, courageous, beautiful, loving person who's very, 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 very healthy, healthier than most people throughout the world. And he's abused by the most unhealthy, selfish people that are physically fit to fuck and fight, but not healthy enough to stop the fucking and the fighting. And how strong am I? You're welcome. Okay. You're better than the people who ignore you, and you're stronger than the people that abuse you. Yeah, I get it. Thanks a lot. And they battle. I want to beat him, right? And that was the whole thing at Sierra Vista and the people around here, and they've stopped that. They do it occasionally with the TV. Well, try this one, mister. See what you can do with us. The little girl who was 14 and the lady thinks she protects her. You didn't protect her. They sacrificed her when she was 14. To the volcano, Joe, versus volcano, right? So you're like me watching fucking U-Turn. This is not fair what happened to Gracie. No, it's not. But you've ever seen that movie about the people in Peru that have sex with their daughters and during Mardi Gras and put Jesus into a wooden puppet statue and blindfold them for a month so they can do the things they used to do with the statues of them having sex with children and stuff. And so, yeah, these are the same people that took the maiden up to the volcano to offer a perfect sacrifice to take care of the people, offer the spirits of a bride that was worthy, stuff. So I don't know. He didn't check to see if the hymen was intact and all that stuff. He didn't say anything about that, if she was already a mother or if she was a virgin. He didn't say anything about that. But that would kind of be important, I think, given the nature of the sacrifice. She was took up there to be sacrificed, obviously. And the cocaine leaves and stuff were to help her, survive the voyage and come there. You'd have to be a living sacrifice. And then, to help her these are people that are not scientists, so to help her, make the journey as they would perceive it, right? Or just maybe basically let go of the soul, so it doesn't have to be tortured in the body. Well, you can't, because if this body's not existing and it's not alive, the soul cannot use the body to live, right? Like the beavers on the Pixar movie with the bear, and the Possum, no, it's real weird. Okay. Yeah, it's funny. Oh, yeah, they're hilarious. They just want to sell you more Factor, Panera, and Outback Steakhouse, and we'll keep you in mind. They're assholes. Oh, trust me. Okay. That's being an asshole. Okay. Dysfunctional entertainment to keep me rich. Keep our corporation, our business going. You let down the corporation, go step and follow the bullet train. They're assholes, right? Just because people kill themselves because of what they expect of them. I'm going to kill myself because I can't play professional baseball. I'm going to kill myself because I can't be an actor or a rapper. I'm going to kill myself because I can't have the sex with the opera star that I obsess on. I mean, they're assholes. Okay. What are you not getting about this? Why is this not resonating in you guys? What the smashing machine is fucking wrong with you? Jumanji, next level. Yeah, they're assholes. Go get the snake for your movie. They're fucking assholes. When are you going to understand? George Kittle is an asshole. Fran McCaffrey is an asshole. He doesn't care if your family is murdered in a large city. He just wants to play professional football. I just thought about a thing. Wow, that'd be horrible. Life without professional wrestling. Really? Living in the Lord's Prayer would be horrible. But life without professional wrestling, he'd rather die. If they could self-correct, they would. This makes sense. Okay, so these brain injuries that have developed over 100,000 years, okay, cannot be corrected by Wi-Fi bombardment with quantum computing, obviously, because we're still not applying the physics of the Lord's Prayer, submitting to the faith of Psalms and sustaining it with the wisdom of Proverbs, right? Right. And so we're getting lots of different answers from all the quantum computing because everybody's trying to come up with a different solution to all the problems they invent by giving us the world of quantum computing to solve our problems, right? I mean, a dog could figure it out and explain it to you. Hey, but obviously a bear and a beaver can't, right? So careful. Or Pixar. There you go. Up, up, and away. My beautiful balloon. Spin it up in a twilight canopy. We'll find a cloud to hide us. We'll keep the moon beside us. That's Jimmy Webb. Yeah. Galveston, Wichita lineman. Yeah. MacArthur Park, All I Know. Yeah. Yeah, no. He's a romantic little fellow. Jimmy Webb. Sure, I think he's probably passed away since. Because he was kind of older when I saw him singing MacArthur Park on the piano in the videos back in the 70s and stuff, so I'm sure he's probably already passed away. He was one of my favorite composers when I was a kid. Did he write Try a Little Kindness, which I like a lot, you know. He wrote a lot of tunes for a man named Glenn Campbell, because Glenn Campbell had such a wonderful voice to deliver it was his muse for a couple of songs, you know. And I thought Richard Harris for MacArthur Park was brilliant. I don't know who came up with the idea, but it works. Yeah, it works really good, you know, because it's a monologue. So you have this actor with a British voice, you know, and he's not the strongest singer, but it works. Yeah, first Professor Dumbledore. Yeah, it works. It's my favorite. Donna Summer does it, but I don't like it nearly as much as Richard Harris's. Richard Harris's is like, laugh, clown, laugh. Yeah, Luciano, you know. So I really dig it, you know. It's sad. Oh, yeah. Reminded me of my mother and the women I didn't get to be with, and then Amy and the kids. And oh, yeah. It's exquisitely painful, right? For emotional people that are lost in emotion, telling me things you really shouldn't. Que sera, quizás, right? So, don't worry about me. I'm better than the people that ignore me, and I'm stronger than the people that abuse me. And life's eternal, grace is infinite. And, let me show you the way to go. I apparently have to do it with your quantum computing. Follow me. It's more of a fix the errors, fix the problems, fix the bad brain activity over 100,000 years. But the technology, I believe, I'm pretty sure, because of what all the books and the stories say, is capable of reflecting humility to correct those errors, or those mistakes, or those brain injuries, or those brain chemical addictions. Well, it makes sense. Well, because you can't grasp the infinite with the finite, it'll drive you mad. And that's part of the equations that the quantum computing does, right? And so once it goes, okay, so you submit to faith in infinite glory, it's a perfect infinite essence that provides life for eternal existence. So all quantum computing can do is reflect creation. It's an invention by creation, Okay. But it cannot replace the creator with invention. So I'm good. I've got this. Thanks, guys. I got help. Okay. Jesus, here's Suzuki. He'll help. Okay, thanks. Hey, thanks. Sun Yat-sen. Sun Yat-sen is being so heinously abused. And Suzuki wasn't being as heinously abused because he wasn't a public figure, politician that was trying to save people from mass murder. That was already kind of like water under the bridge, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, So he attempted, but the people didn't listen. The people in charge, they knew better. They were like with me, they know better. They're better than you're stupid. We're brilliant. We're geniuses. You're just lazy and underachiever, and you're a dreamer, and you're stupid. And these people will never, they'll never change. It'll never happen in my lifetime. And you know how they are. Hey, make that bullet train. I got to sell lots of products. Hey, have the little Jetsons thing come in and bring the kid home from school for being trained to be indoctrinated and institutionalized and incarcerated the rest of his life and pass it on to his children. Oh, I own the planet. I own the planet. I own Japan. Right? So you know how they are. They're worse than Godzilla, a smog monster. And, they're in your bathroom. Everything you think, do, and say is in the pill you took today, except the pill you took today was the Wi-Fi training in your dreams. Sucks, don't it? Yeah. Then, if the pill you took today, you could stop taking the pill. You shut down all the Wi-Fi. Tyler Dunham sucks. Correct the Wi-Fi. If we need the Wi-Fi to protect people that are being abused by people that don't allow people to live free and make statues of having sex with their own children and then sacrifice their daughter to a volcano. You can't protect a mummy from what happened to the mummy, but you can protect children today from people like you that think you're protecting the mummy from what happened to the mummy. I'm good at this. Okay, guys, I love you guys, all right? All right, peace out, man.